Good evening. Welcome to my lair. If you're returning from the shadows, then thank you for being here again. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Evie and I like a lot of things, but I love organizing, decorating my house for every season, with Halloween and Christmas being my favorites. Don't tell the other seasons. And party planning. And the last one is what today's video is going to be about. I'm going to talk about our 2023 Halloween Fright Night. All the fun details, what we loved, what we didn't love, and hopefully I will give you some inspiration if you're planning a party or if you just like seeing other people decorating what other people are doing, then you can also watch this video, of course. If I got lipstick on my teeth, please do tell me. We don't really throw a huge Halloween bash. We keep it pretty small. We invite some of our closest friends. It is a girls' night, no boys allowed. We just come together, we eat a little, we talk a little. Sometimes we talk a lot, we drink a little. Most of the time we do play some games and then we end the night with a spooky movie. And that's why we call it a Fright Night instead of a party. Now I will be using the word party quite a lot because it's just easier to say. So the theme for our 2023 Halloween Fright Night was a vampire. And oh my god, I loved this theme. It was the first time we went with like a black and red inspired color scheme. We usually do black, orange, sometimes green, sometimes purple, but never really red because it clashes with orange in my opinion. And oh my god, I really loved it. I'm definitely gonna do something like that again. I went with a little bit of like a romantic goth vibe. Now don't come for me, I call it goth. It may not be goth in somebody else's eyes, but I don't know, to me it looked a little bit like romantic-y goth. And yeah, I really like the red. I'm a massive fan, definitely will do that again in the future. Now, on to our checklist. First up are the invitations. Our go-to is usually like a private Facebook event page. It's just super convenient. Everything is in one place, one spot, the location, the date, the time it starts, the RSVPs. If we have an update, we post it on there. When the party is over, we usually post a little thank you for coming note or message. We also adjust the banner to the theme of that year. Now, for this year, somebody guessed the theme of like bats, and I was like, close, but not really. But good try. The second thing on the list are DIYs. Now this was the first year that I like dabbled into making DIYs for the party, and it was pretty fun. I made this like Victorian lancet or Gothic window, whatever you want to call it. I made it out of cardboard, painted it black, and then I added a red tissue paper background. It's already ripped. I unfortunately put it in water. So yeah, it's not something very durable, but I actually liked it. I wish I made it bigger. So it would have made a bigger impact. We had a huge white wall behind or above the buffet where I displayed this, and it could have been bigger. Then I made a candy bowl, or you can put a candle in there if you want. A fake candle would be best, out of like stacked skulls. Like I took 2 of these, stacked them on top of each other, hot glued them together, made a base for it, and then a top bowl. Those were like cheap gray plastic bowls, but they looked pretty cute actually. Pretty inexpensive as well, and it's something unique-ish. Then I transformed a cooler. I bought one. It was in this like, I don't know, awful blue that really would match the whole vibe. So I painted it black. I did keep the white trim and white handle just to have something interesting going on with it. And we used it to put our drinks in for the evening. We filled blood bags and then we put them in the cooler. I have this mistifier, or a thing that makes mist out of water. I put that in the cooler, and then mist came out of the cooler with the blood bags in it. It looked very spooky, very creepy, really cool. Then I made a spooky fire pit. I think that is like, up till now, I think this is like the best thing I've ever DIY'd. I'm not a good DIYer. I like DIYing, but I'm not a good DIYer. Made it out of construction foam, then some loose bones and a skull. You just put in some lights, you spray paint it with black, and I used red as well, just to give it a little bit more of dimension. And then you put it in a fire pit, and it looks like you've burned a body. Looked spooky, matched the vibe. Maybe not vampire, but then I made some flying bats. We already made some bats a couple of years ago. Those we used to stick on the wall, but I really wanted some bats to hang from the ceiling. I went and got some black paper, cut out some different kind of bats, and then I also cut out a couple extra, and those I gave some feet. Then I bent them in a 90-degree angle so I could stick them on the ceiling, and they would look like they were hanging down from the ceiling with their feet or claws hanging on for dear life on the ceiling, and they looked so cute. I did not come up with this. I saw this on somebody else's video. I will put that video in the description box below. Definitely check it out. He does some amazing decorate with me videos. Then I painted a Fantasia sign. I think if I would make it now, I could make it look better. It didn't really came out like I wanted to. I went really crooked. I didn't do the white in the lettering so it would look like a neon sign. I forgot to do that, I think. I cannot remember. I would make it bigger. Yeah, there's a lot of things I would do differently, but you know, I like painting. That's what I found out the year before, I think, when we did our Twas the Nightmare Before Christmas party. I discovered that I really like to paint. I don't paint well. I cannot draw anything for the life of me, but just painting something, even if it's like just one color. I don't like to paint walls, but I do like to paint. I don't know, it's relaxing, and not a lot of things really relax me, and that is very relaxing for me. So I liked it, but I would do it completely differently this time around if I would do it now. Then for the decor, I'm not gonna go over everything. I have a decorate with me video where you would have mostly seen everything. So yeah, I'm not gonna repeat every little detail of the decor that I did. I would just tell you my favorites and what I could have done better. So a couple of my favorites were, the blood running from the stairs. That was cool. I saw in somebody else's video a person doing that, but with slime, so slime coming from the stairs. That's something I really want to do in the future as well, but for this theme I thought, you know what would be cool if it would look like blood was running from the stairs. So I did that. I still had some red paper laying around somewhere, and I just cut out what looked like blood drips to me, and then I bedazzled a couple of the drips. Just if light would hit it, you would notice it just a little bit more. Ooh, and I really liked that. It was, I don't know, it looked cool, and I just stuck it to our stairs. Then I got a picture of Edward Cullen from Twilight in our bathroom, and it's a picture of him when in the movie when Bella is standing in front of like the fan and he smells her and he's like, oh my god. I think he makes kind of this face. Yeah, I printed it, put it in a frame. I think I got that from Pinterest or something, and it's actually still up in the toilet. Then, like I mentioned, the floating beds, that DIY, I thought that was so cool. I put one in a corner, super cute. Then what I also really liked was our kitchen island setup, the drink station, you could call it. I just liked it with how we set up the cooler. We made like levels for the glasses. I rolled up some napkins, and as napkin holders I used plastic vampire teeth, and I put them on a slate, like a black slate, and then I sprinkled some red crystals around that, and it's very simple, not too expensive, but it looked very cool in my opinion. I really liked that one as well. No, what I could have done better, or what could have been better in my opinion, was the table display where we displayed the food. It was okay, but I used like my less interesting, or like the leftovers of my decor to make, or to set up that table. And I don't know, it's not bad, but I think it could have been better with different materials, but it's definitely not bad. I did like the tea light tray with the red crystals on it. Now, food-wise, we did make a lot, or I did choose a lot of food that could be made beforehand, which was kind of a mistake. The food was good, but I would recommend not doing all of that because you will spend a lot of time in the kitchen like my sister and I did. We did got feedback of our guests, like feedback. They were just like, yeah, come sit with us, come hang with us. So yeah, we were missed, and we did take note of that, and we will keep that in mind for next year's party. Definitely more food that can be prepared beforehand, or food that you can just put out in the moment and be done with it, instead of preparing so much. So what did we make? We had some Buggles crisps. Those were supposed to represent vampire fangs. Vampire fangs, that's always a hit, especially here in Belgium. That's used a lot like a pre-snack. We made garlic bread and herb butter bread. The garlic bread vanished pretty quickly. I personally really liked it as well. That's a good one, I think, and it's pretty easy. You just put the garlic butter or herb butter on it, you put it in the oven, put it out, and people can take it. Even when it's like cooling down, it's still delicious. So that's definitely something you could do. Then we made pizza pockets, and that took quite a long time as well. There were a lot of like oven dishes, and I would recommend only to do like one oven dish per party, or maybe two max. But yeah, we made pizza pockets. We got some store-bought dough. I did prepare some bolognese sauce. Then we got some cheese to sprinkle on top, or like in it, on top of the bolognese sauce. Then you just fold it like a pocket, rub a little egg over it so it gets nice and brown and tan and crunchy. When you put it out of the oven, it was good. They were pretty big, but people liked it. But I do personally prefer just a normal pizza, not a pizza pocket. I think it's a little bit too much dough in my opinion. Then we made another oven dish and I think that was too much. We usually do like one head meal, but the pizza pockets could have been our head meal, our main dish of the evening. I think we made one too many. We should have chosen to either get rid of the pizza pockets or the other oven dish. And the other oven dish was made with cauliflower, minced meat, again cheese, and pasta. It took a bit longer than planned to warm up, so we had that dish pretty late in the evening, which made our guests pretty full. So we still had a lot of like dessert options, but I don't think anything was eaten from our desserts. So that's a real bummer, because my sister really spent a lot of time on that, and it's a shame to, we didn't throw it all out, we did eat it. Most of it the day after. People did like the oven dish, so again, that's another thing you could do if you want. It was a hit. For dessert, my sister made these chocolatey spider webs with salty pretzel sticks. They were really tasty, actually. We also had some strawberry flavored candy laces. Again, I ate most of those like the week after. I like them very much, but nobody ate them because everybody was full. And also because they went home pretty early on in the evening. I think because we didn't do a game, people were, I don't know, done, I think? I don't know. We didn't make too many desserts, thank God, but still it's sad to throw not most of it away, but a big part of it away. Then we're on to drinks. Now, if you're doing a vampire party, you have to do blood bags. You know you need to. We put water and orange juice in them. I didn't want to put any alcohol in it. I wanted to put non-alcoholic drinks in the blood bags so people who don't really drink could have a cool drink. Then for our alcoholic beverage of choice, we did Bellini and Rosini. I think it's from Bacardi. And then we put grenadine in a syringe to make it even sweeter and to make it more pink, reddish pink, especially the Bellini. Bellini is more orange. So not really like a cocktail, but it was cool. It's delicious. I think it was a good choice. You could put vodka in it as well, color it red with food coloring. There's a lot of things you can do with the drinks. Next up is the photo corner. We did set up a photo corner again this year. We started doing that last year, but I've noticed that not everybody, or actually nobody, really uses it. We did get a group picture this year. Hallelujah, it doesn't happen a lot. Yeah, nobody really uses it. So we are scrapping it. From now on, we will not be doing a photo corner anymore because it does take a while to think of a concept, get all the materials together, put it up. And yeah, with so little use, it just didn't feel worth of the effort. Then for games, we didn't really play any games because it was more of a movie night, a little bit more back to basics. Like the first couple of Halloween Fright nights, I did include one game. I did make up one game, and it was called Battle of the Baddies, the Baddie Daddies. Basically, it was a choose him or him kind of game. So they had to choose between two vampire characters from movies or sitcoms, series. I did it like a playful twist by adding unexpected picks like Count Von Count from The Muppet Show. That was pretty funny. I think I added Drac from Hotel Transylvania. I added Charlie from Twilight because I did want to know. It has been blowing up on like TikTok and you know, reels and shorts of people who were like crazy about Edward when they were young, but now they watch for Charlie. And I don't know, I wanted to see if that was the case. Spoiler alert, he didn't end up winning. If you want to guess who won, think about all of the movies and shows and series and just pick out who you think is like the hottest character. Somebody asked, is it purely physical that we need to judge, or just think who's your favorite? I was happy I included the little game because that, I don't know, revived people's spirit. So I did a look. I didn't went as hard as I went now, as in like the party plan with me video. I always end up not having enough time, even though I decorate beforehand now. But yeah, the day off, I usually like clean and declutter, pick up messes and prepare stuff, and checking if we have enough toilet rolls, put out new towels, maybe washing blankets, check the glasses if they're not dirty, maybe rewash them a little if they're like foggy. There were so many things you need to do when you're preparing a party, and I always run out of time. I did a little bit of a look, but I look crazy on the pictures. I'm like and I can assure you I was not drunk, I was not on anything, but I look like it. So not my favorite picture, but it's okay. I'm just happy we did take a picture. And I just wore like a little black top that had flowy sleeves. I think just plain black jeans, and then my slippers. So I didn't go all out. I really want to do that one year. Just have enough time to make up a whole look from top to bottom. Look crazy. Maybe when we do zombie when we have like a zombie year or something, that would be fine. I mean, vampire is really fun as well. I like doing this type of makeup. Like I mentioned, we went back to basics and we did a movie night. So we picked out 3 vampire movies, but we only made it through 2. The first one was Hotel Transylvania. That was more of like a background movie. People were getting their drinks, we were talking, mingling during that movie. Then we watched Twilight. That we did watch, but I feel like it was, I don't know, the group was a little bit like divided. Half of them were watching the movie and then the other half were having a conversation, we're talking. Normally we have enough time to talk and catch up, and then at the end everybody does want to shut up and just sit on a couch and watch a movie. It didn't feel completely right, in my opinion, because people are used to so much more. You know, we try to amp it up every year, include the games. I think people felt a bit cheated, maybe, I don't know, because like in the first half we weren't really present, and then the second half we were present, but we were all watching the movie. So decor wise, I think it was one of my best years. Party wise, party vibe wise, I think it was, I mean, it wasn't awful. But yeah, you can feel the difference, you know? It was a little bit less fun, I think. Less laughter, less talking, less... And when I did the little game of like, choose your favorite baddie daddy, you could feel like everybody was talking more and having fun, and I don't know, it's different. I feel like it's more of like a group. You feel more of like a group. With the movie, I felt like it was a little bit divided, and I don't like that. Then for the music, of course, I picked out vampire music, but because it was a movie night, there wasn't a lot of time to play music in the background. I did play some vampire themed music during the game, of course. I had a big list, but I could only use like 5 to 10 songs to play that night. But yeah, I always have fun searching for music. That's for me, it's one of the fun parts of planning the Halloween party. I usually do my standard playlist of Halloween songs that I've collected all over the years, and then I add songs that fit the theme of that year to that list to play in the background. It wasn't a big project this year, but I could add all the vampire music, or what I think are the best songs to have in the background of a Halloween party. I could add those songs to my Halloween playlist. All in all, decorating wise, a super fun year. Really liked it. Maybe even my #1 so far. Dare I say it? Yeah, I really liked it. I don't know if a movie night, like a true and true movie after movie after movie night, is the thing to do. Oh, and the third movie was going to be 30 Days at Night or something. I will put the right name here, but it's like a part in the world where the sun doesn't go up for a couple of days. Vampires were there and they were killing people. I did see that movie 15 to 20 years ago. I was definitely too young to watch that movie. I think that's why I'm so afraid right now. I watched so many movies too young. So many scary movies too young, and now I'm afraid for everything. It is apparently a good vampire movie, so, and I think as a group movie, I think it would have been good as well, but yeah, everybody was so tired. The bellies were full. We're definitely keeping in mind that in the future we need to be more present. We need to be around our guests a little bit more instead of in a kitchen. It reminded us that people don't come to your party just for your food and to see your decorations. They come to your party to be with you, to have a connection, to have fun together. It is a social gathering, and being present is what matters most. So I realized that just having a movie night for the Halloween party, we could do a movie night on another night, but for the Halloween Fright night, the Halloween party, I realized people expect more now. I mean, I could be wrong. It could be just like people were more tired that day. Not every party is going to be a 10, but I did see that people really like the entertainment parts of our Halloween Fright nights. So for 2024, they'll definitely be getting that. They need to hold on to their hats. They'll be begging for another movie night. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, for me, it was a lot of fun. The guests did like it, but yeah, I'm happy they gave the feedback. I really want to do like a survey of what their favorite thing of everything has been up till now. Like, what was their favorite dish we ever did? What was their favorite movie we ever watched? The drink, everything. Do they indeed prefer games, or did they like the movie nights? Not gonna do that for 2024. I could definitely recommend doing a vampire themed party. It is really fun. There are a lot of ideas you can do. There are a lot of projects you can use. A lot of what you already own. I did use a lot of like candelabras and just a lot of black creepy cloths. I did buy red candles, but you can reuse them whenever you want. Yeah, I definitely recommend it. If you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe if you want to see more. And I'm already excited for 2024.